Christine Polle was the GPO candidate in Ontario's newest and largest riding. Say it.
Kiiwetinoong.
Kiiwetinoong. There you are. In the 2018 election, she's an educator, author, mother, and former nurse who moved to Treaty 3 territory 20 years ago. Since 2009, Christine has been writing, marching, and lobbying for action on climate change. Her latest book, Unfreeze Yourself, 5 Ways to Take Action on Climate Change for the Sake of Your Family, Your Health, and the Planet, was published in 2016. Christine!
Thank you, Gord. It's always a good refresher to remind myself what I'm about and what I'm doing here. So I wanted to say thank you, or Kichi Megwech, which is what the Anishinaabe of Treaty 3, where I live, and also in the territory we're on now. That's how they would say thank you very much. So I want to say thank you for the opportunity to say a few words and for your attention, and also to the Green Party for trusting me to be the Green candidate for Kiiwetinoong in the last election. So unfortunately, I had a fellow Greenie from Kiiwetinoong who was supposed to be here, and she got a terrible viral illness at the last minute, so Karen Daneman from Trout Lake First Nation wasn't able to make it. But I really wanted to recognize that Karen and the rest of the team of what I call my Wise Green Council of Women, who stepped up to support my candidacy, that it was definitely what success we had in Kiiwetinoong was a team effort. And Sam gave me kind of a wide latitude about what to speak about here today. And so I thought, well, the campaign was an opportunity for me to learn lessons in humility, as I had doors slammed in my face after I introduced myself. And an acquaintance of mine told me I was the best of a bad lot. But that's a good thing. But I really wanted to focus on my experience with the Green Party of Ontario and in Kiiwetinoong, the riding that I ran in. So yes, I am passionate about action on climate change, and I'm very familiar and comfortable with the Green Party's stance on it. I can talk carbon pricing with my eyes closed. I've lobbied for carbon-free and dividend in Washington and Ottawa and in Queen's Park. So I felt very comfortable. Very comfortable with that part of the platform, but I have to say I was recruited like 4.5 weeks before the election, and I took a crash course on the rest of the Green Party's platform. And I'm so thrilled to say and just wanted to share how easy you made it to be the Green candidate, because all of your policies are about people, jobs, and the planet, and about the future we want to build. Thank you, and Miigwech, for that. So, a little bit about Kiiwetinoong. That is how you pronounce it. And it is one of the 17 new ridings that was created for the 2018 election. And it is the most northerly and westerly riding in the province. And it's one of the largest still, even though it was cut in almost in half. It's about the size of Italy. And population-wise, it's one of the smallest. And it's the only riding in the province that has a majority Indigenous population. So we have extremes not only in our climate, but also in our economy. The 3 largest communities have the above average mean income for the province, and the rest of the communities are mainly fly-in First Nations communities, which struggle with lack of job opportunities and a high proportion of the population on social assistance and other social issues which often make the headlines down south. That's often the only reason you hear about us. We have no public transportation in our riding, none. We have one community that has one cycling path, so lucky for them. It's not my community. We live in the boreal forest, in the middle of the rocks and trees of the Canadian Shield. And we all have a strong connection to the land, none more so than the Anishinaabe, obviously. We are already feeling the impacts of climate change on our ice roads. Our seasons are shorter on both ends. And the more extreme and longer fire seasons, which we're already experiencing across the province and across the country, and don't threaten our weekend homes, they threaten everything that we hold dear. And you don't need to tell the people of Grassy Narrows and Labissimong, the communities in my riding, that the link between clean water and the health and prosperity of the population as they are suffering from the generational effects of mercury poisoning at the Dryden Mill. So, and we have Indigenous leaders who have gone to jail to stop what they deem as inappropriate resource development in their communities. So the people of Kiiwetinoong know the system is broken, and we want a safe and prosperous future for our children and grandchildren. And I will tell you that there were 6,500 votes cast in our riding in total in the last election, and it was just over 3,200 votes that sent our new NDP MPP to Queen's Park. So I was pleased to hear Mike talk yesterday about the importance of building relationships with Indigenous people, and also the policy that was brought forward and passed this morning, focusing on that as well. Because I predict that there are more than 3,300 people in Kiiwetinoong whose hearts are already green. What is required to get them to vote green is a strong green presence in the province and in their communities between elections. A presence that is willing to be a good listener and a good ally. And I know Mike said yesterday, organize, organize, organize. That's important. And I would say, build relationships, build relationships, build relationships.